Can I shoot a guy?
Can I shoot a guy if...
Yes.
What if he's in my house making a sandwich?
3-minute EDC.
You bought a revolver, now what? This is take one right here. Take one.
So you went out and bought your first revolver. Good job, welcome to the club. Now let's talk about how to do this safely, how to load it, unload it, the things you need to know, the basics. 4 rules of gun safety. If you follow these rules, you're not gonna have an accident. Number 1, all guns are always loaded. That means we treat every gun as if it's loaded all the time. There's no, don't worry, it's not loaded and you point it everywhere. No, all guns are always loaded. Number 2, you never point the gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. Same idea here, right? Don't point it at your TV, don't point it at your kids, don't point it at a wall where there's someone on the other side of it, okay? Third, be aware of your target and backstop. That means be aware of the target, what's behind it, what's in front of it, because bullets tend to go through things and keep going. And then fourth, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. A lot of people tend to pick up guns and immediately grab the trigger. Finger straight, finger straight. To hold a gun, you make a gun. That's a simple way to think about it. Go like this, and when you grab the gun, finger straight, all right? Now let's talk about loading and unloading your revolver. I've got some dummy rounds here. This is a good way to practice, but of course, when you're loading with real ammo, the bullet goes forward. All right, so most revolvers are gonna have a button here on the side. That's the cylinder release button. And some of them slide forward and back, some of them push in. It depends on the revolver. But you just push that and you slide the cylinder open, and the cylinder is going to revolve. So you slide all your rounds in here, keeping the gun pointed in a safe direction, keeping your finger off the trigger. Once you got it all loaded, you close it up and you're ready to go. That's one of the wonderful things about revolvers. They're very simple. Now, this revolver has no exposed hammer, so it's just pull the trigger and shoot. There are revolvers that will have the hammer. As far as self-defense goes, I don't really recommend cocking the hammer and shooting and using it that way. It makes for a very light trigger pull, which is nice and pleasant. You could be very accurate on the range with it, but for self-defense use, I would practice using that double action, meaning not cocking the hammer, trigger pull. Get used to that. In a pinch, if you have very weak hands or something like that, you can cock the hammer and do it that way if you have to. But those are the things you need to know. When you're done shooting, open up the cylinder and you can tip it and the rounds may fall out, or you may need to use this little punch to get the ammo to fall out. Be sure when you're keeping the gun at your house that it is locked up, away from anybody who can get a hold of it, certainly children and other people, and especially if you're gonna try to keep the gun loaded. Keep it in some sort of locked box. That's an important thing. Or keep it on your person, preferably in a holster. That's a safer way to do it. But thanks for buying a new revolver. Welcome to the club. Be safe out there.